Greetings and welcome. I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I'm a bit throaty, but I've got some honey and lemon, so let's go. Howdy folks, so come and join me for another drive along video. I'm going to be driving from, well, I'm in Lewes now. I'm going to be driving from Lewes to Heathfield, a little town north of Eastbourne, about a 40-minute drive. Come and join me as we discuss many topics. As always with my driving me videos, I'll have all the timestamps down below if you want to skip forward to a certain subject, or if you want to stick along, stick with me the whole way as we drive through this beautiful town of Lewes. I love Lewes. I've got definitely 2 viewers that live in Lewes, so maybe they might enjoy this video if you're watching. If you're watching, enjoy. It's your local town. Beautiful little town, Lewes. Actually an interesting little constituency, actually, Lewes, because it's like 2 towns in one constituency. So you got Lewes here, which is very Lib Dem, very pro-Europe, very middle class, got to be said. And you got Newhaven, which is in the same constituency, which is just over the A27 on the seafront, on the harbour, which is much more Tory. An interesting town. I mean, I guess it's I guess you could call it more working class, but it's that more working class Tory vote, I think. So yeah, this should in the next election be Lib Dem with the power of Lewes, but they just need to convert some of those Newhaven ones. But it is Tory now. They got that. Oh, what was that? She was in the news last year for some nonsense. I'm not gonna remember, but I know the MP for this area was in the news for something stupid.
And he's apologised for that. He's made changes in.
But that's because the lady's suggesting because he was found out.
But you know, I mean, he genuinely did not believe that there was wrongdoing that's happened. So you know, and what we've said is that we will wait for the Sue Gray report. We don't know the identities of the people who've got fixed penalty notice. He isn't one of those people that's had a fixed penalty notice this week. So
when people laugh when you say he said he didn't believe he was at a party, I mean, what does that make you think?
Look, I mean, he has, you know,
No, I'm asking you about their response.
I mean, as I've said, I fully understand the anger and the frustration.
That was laughter, that was ridicule. They don't believe him.
The other way, but yeah, gorgeous little town there. It's lovely if you want to come for a little wander around, have a Sunday lunch here or something. All the little narrow streets. Scraped the side of one of my vans once down one of those narrow streets, delivering something for 30 quid. That was worth it. But anyway, you're not here. You're not here for that. So I'm going to take this opportunity of the traffic lights here to have a little swig of my honey lemon. Like I say, apologies. I've got a bit of a croaky voice today because, yeah, a little bit throaty. Nothing too serious, but nothing a little bit of honey lemon can't fix. So, what an absolute bonkers couple of days in politics. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm doing this video right now. It's 2:30 on Sunday. God knows what's going to happen by the time this video actually goes up. I mean, I won't have it edited by today, probably be out tomorrow, Monday. We have a new Prime Minister, we have another new Chancellor. Who the fudge knows? Who the hell knows? Absolutely bonkers. So obviously, instantly, Kwasi Kwarteng sacked by Liz Truss for implementing Liz Truss policies, which Liz Truss got voted in for the leadership for. Utter madness. utter bonkers. Because this is the most insane thing about it, right? This is the thing that I find the strangest. It's the fact that all these Tory members now are losing their rag. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe the pound crash. I can't believe this. You voted her in on the stance that she'll cut taxes during a recession. What were you expecting? I don't understand what these Tory pricks were expecting when they voted in Liz Truss as their leader. Like, granted, I understand they didn't really have a great pull of applicants, but they chose the more bonkers one out of the 2 at the end, out of Sunak and Truss. They chose the more bonkers one, and now they can't understand why things are going bonkers. It amazes me. It absolutely amazes me. Cutting taxes during a recession. I mean, Jesus Christ. Go to your first year sixth form economics student and they'll tell you that's a bad idea. These people are supposed to be in charge. They're supposed to be the cream of the crop, the best we have to offer in politics. What do you expect? This is what I find just absolutely bonkers about the whole thing. I just don't understand what these Tory pricks were expecting. And for some reason, they not only that, the economic policies that she's put in, but what, they suddenly thought that she might be good at speeches and good at speaking. I mean, did you suddenly think that this is the person that you chose to go up against Keir Starmer? Okay, whatever you think about Keir Starmer, the guy is a lawyer, right? He'd done this for a living for years and years and years. And Liz Truss is who you picked to go up against him. Oh my God, she's awful. She is terrible. She mutters. She pauses. She doesn't know what to say. She just comes out with the same garbage. You know, what was it on Prime Minister's questions this week? The key thing that Starmer was pushing was that people's mortgages going up by £400. I mean, these are homeowners. These are key Tory voters. These are the people that you need to get on your side. And what's her answer for the fact that her policies have just put £400 extra on people's mortgage bills? Oh, well, at least we're borrowing money to give you some back for your energy costs. Just pumping on about how you're saving us money on energy. Yeah, great. That's £66 a month that you're borrowing, which is coming from the taxpayer will have to eventually pay off anyway. You're giving us that extra 60 quid. Great. That's going to help with our £400 mortgage bill going up, isn't it? Jesus Christ. I don't know if any of you guys got mortgage renewals coming up, because I feel for you so much. I really do. I don't understand how anyone that's having to renew their mortgage right now is going to deal with £400 on top of their energy bill. It must be insane. I mean, lucky enough, my mortgage lasts until 2025. I mean, who knows even if I'll ride that out, but oh my God, it's just horrendous, absolutely horrendous. And this is it now, because I mean they don't even care now. They do not care what people perceive of them. The emperor is there naked. Everyone knows that he's got no clothes. He knows he's got no clothes. We all know they've got no clothes. They're just out in the open now. The Tories are just out in the open. You know, people like myself and you viewers have been banging on for years and years about how these pricks are only looking after their own, only looking after the rich. And even back a year ago, you know, I'd done that video where we were interviewing people on the street and they're going, oh, you know, Boris is right, he's doing a good job, Boris Johnson's doing a good job. Even those people now are in no doubt who these Tory pricks are looking after, and it's not you. So this just goes beyond party politics now. I mean, this is just, you can't, unless you earn over 150k a year, you can't vote Tory unless you're completely and utterly nuts. You can't vote Tory. 65 billion just wasted. Your taxpayers' money just wasted in the last budget. 60 billion of borrowing to give you that £60 extra that you're getting from your energy bills. That's £60 a month. That's borrowed money, people. Yeah, that's 60 billion of borrowed money, which the future generations are going to pay for. Mental, absolutely mental. And the U-turn, okay, Truss has U-turned on further windfall taxes to energy companies, but just for renewable energy, just for renewables. The ones that we, could really do with investment, could really do with extra money. It's just, this is what I'm saying, they're just out in the open now. There's no hiding how corrupt they are. Liz Truss went on the ticket, right? I mean, her whole thing was about cutting tax for the rich. And she was supplied money by Shell. She used to work for Shell. And she got her funding to push for Prime Minister from Shell. It's just out in the open. That's who she's looking after, people. She's not looking after normal people. Jacob Rees-Mogg. I've done it in my last video. I've got the details in my last video. Go check it out. Exactly the same thing. Pushing for more investment in oil and gas. Shock horror. His company benefits financially from oil and gas. It's just, they're not even hiding it anymore. It's just all out in the open. And this is what I'm saying. This just goes beyond party politics now. This is just out in the open. This is just the poor versus the rich. And we need to all get on side. We need to all push. And things like... so we got Mick Lynch at the moment, and the big push for the Enough is Enough campaign, which, you know, it's exactly what we need right now. But it's still deemed as like a left-wing movement, isn't it? And we need to do something about that. We really do need to get out of that. I guess it's who's in the movement, isn't it? You got your what's their name? There's certain Labour MPs that are involved in that movement. It's the Coventry MP, and it's Zara, is it, or something? I can't remember her surname. They're deemed as very, you know, left wing, very Jeremy Corbyn friendly. I guess it's the people that are associated in it. But why? Why is something like Mick Lynch, Enough is Enough, deemed as a left wing movement? This is just about working class people. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We've had enough of this bollocks, of the rich getting richer, of this government just out in the open, obviously just helping the rich. They're not hiding it anymore. It's just out in the open. So why is enough is enough not just a working class movement? This is what I don't understand. And this is where we need to sort out this political divide, don't we? What is this town that I'm in right now? I was going to mention it. It's a nice little country town. I can't remember. I've got quite a few viewers in this area that watch my videos. So let me know. I'm just gonna have some water, clear the throat a little bit. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so this is where we really need to come together, man. This isn't about party politics anymore. This is just about the working class united, and we've had enough. We've had enough of the rich constantly getting richer. Is that two people, 3 horses? That sounds like a dirty video, doesn't it? Sorry. Back to the point at hand. Yeah, we need to come together, the working class. We need to forget party politics and move further from this, and just unite under the fact that we've had enough. And I guess this is maybe what I was trying to attempt to do by trying to reach out to different YouTubers across the political spectrum and doing live streams with them, but it's incredibly difficult. No one really wants to talk to me. I've got my theories on that. I mean, a lot of right-wing YouTubers that have got quite a big channel, quite a lot of subscribers, I guess they got a lot to lose by talking to me, you know, because they earn a lot of money. I've mentioned this before in other videos. You know, even if you've got a channel that's sort of maybe 50,000 subscribers, and maybe you're doing a video every couple of days and you're getting about 50 views, you know, you're still probably getting about 1,000, 1,500 a month, and that's a lot to lose from some of these people. So I think some of these right-wing YouTube channels that I've reached out to try and talk to don't want to do it, because if I, for some reason, I'm not saying I would, but if I for some reason make them look silly, yeah, they got a lot to lose from it, so they don't really want to talk to me. But I have done one, and I don't know if any of you guys watched the live stream that I've done with Anna from thatanna. She's a small YouTube channel. I mean, she mainly focuses on the woke and trans issues and stuff like that. But I mean, she does deem herself right wing, and we had a good conversation about politics. And this is the thing. This is what I want to do. with people that we don't agree with. And funny enough, I actually lost a few subscribers from that video that I'd done with her. I had some comments saying, I ain't watching you anymore if you're going to platform people like her, which is crazy to me. I mean, it's two people having a conversation. I mean, if you've enjoyed my content up to this point, but I think a lot of good came out of that conversation. Now, we're never ever going to agree on the woke politics, the immigration stuff that we talked about. We're never going to agree in that area. So I think I don't know whether there's much point trying to persuade each other of that. But it was just interesting, some of the areas that we did agree on, which were things like, I'm a socialist when it comes to 4 key things: healthcare, public transport, housing, most importantly housing, and then of course education. And things like housing, yeah, for those that can't afford to buy their own house, the government should supply decent, clean, affordable housing. And you speak to most people, even if they're extreme, you know, woke, anti-woke, trans, anti-immigration, even the most extreme anti-immigration people, you'll find common ground in areas like that. There should be affordable housing. We should have decent healthcare and decent education. And these are important things. That's why we have to look past the things that we disagree on, because we're never going to get round to that. It's you know, I've got my opinions on the way that people like Anna think, and I'm sure she's got her opinions on the way that people like me think. You know, I personally think that she's on quite a high dosage of not that well researched TikTok videos that are feeding her algorithm viewing. I'm sorry to say if you are watching Anna, but you know, this is just my opinion. This is just what I think. I think you'd probably benefit greatly from getting yourself away from Twitter, away from TikTok, and just researching everything a bit more. I mean, one prime example in the live stream that we done is you mentioned about a school in Brighton that has been putting sanitary and tampon machines in the boys' bathrooms. Now, when you look into that story, which I did, you'll find that it was one trans activist that was trying to get the school to implement these measures. It never happened, and this is my problem. And what I find is you tend to start a lot of stories with, I saw this on TikTok or I saw this on here, without properly research. Now, I'm not saying that some of the stories that you come up with, are abhorrent. Anything. There are disgusting people out there that will try and put themselves as trans just to get into women's bathrooms and stuff like that. There's perverts out there in every area, walk of life. But this misinformation, these TikTok videos, you need to research them more. Anyway, I am going a bit down a rabbit hole here. And the point that I was trying to make is people like myself and people like Anna, I don't think we're ever going to agree on that. She's indoctrinated in her anti-trans TikTok videos, and I'm sure she'll say that I'm indoctrinated in my anti-Tory news or something. We're never going to agree on that. But what I found really interesting and what was really important and what I thought was good out of the conversation that I had with her and the live stream that I had with her is we found common ground in those more socialist politic areas that for someone that deems herself as right-wing. And I think sometimes people actually just say that they're right-wing because they believe in those cultural issues, but then economically and actually running a government, I don't know whether they do so much, really. It's interesting, but we need to have more of these conversations. We really do. And I'd love to hear some of your opinions. The video that I done, the live stream that I done, it didn't get that many views, but then live streams don't really, I know that you guys prefer this sort of video that I do, but I just find the live streams interesting just to talk to different people, and there's more of a discourse. It's more for me, really. I enjoy the live streams because I just enjoy talking to people, finding out people's different views. I'm in the van on my own here, I'm just talking to myself. most of the time. But I'd love to know your opinions on my conversation with someone like Anna that holds the views that she does. Do you think it's good? Do you think no good can come from it? Or is it worth the disagreement that we had to get to the common ground? Because I think that I made Anna think about things like proportional representation. You know, I don't think she really thought about those sort of things as much before. I'm not saying that she's, you know, not intelligent or anything like that, but I just don't think those things have just crossed her brain. And it, you know, if we can have a long conversation, if 90% of it is disagreement, but 10%, you know, you actually get someone thinking, oh, hang on, yeah, you know, the voting system's not that great, and you know, yeah, I don't know. But I'd love your thoughts on that. You know, do you think anything good will come of that? Further, if I get to chat to her again, or anyone else that has the same sorts of opinions, I'd love to know, because yeah, it was interesting when I got some comments saying that people are not going to watch my videos anymore just because I had a conversation with someone. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'd love your thoughts on that. Should I have another conversation? But it's so hard to, like I say, it's really hard. I think I need to go on the search maybe of other YouTubers that have a smaller audience, because like I say, it seems like the ones that have a bigger audience have got a lot more to lose by talking to me, and I think they're a little bit scared to talk to me in case they look silly. And you know, $1,000 a month is quite a lot for someone to lose, really. I really am driving in the middle of bloody nowhere. I'm kind of following the sat nav, but Google Maps really does take you to some strange places sometimes. It's not the way that I really wanted to go, but I did miss my turn-in earlier, so this is the way I'm going now. There's nothing I can do about it, so we'll see. Yeah. There was another thing I want to talk about, but I definitely want your opinions on it. I'm going to take a swig of water. I think a lot of people are conflicted at the moment with these Just Stop Oil protests. Now, in my last video, I was defending them. I still do defend them. But one thing I want to clear up is obviously the recent one where they chucked soup on a Van Gogh painting. I think it's important to get out there that those paintings, you know, they're covered up with plastic just in case some idiot decides to bring a can of soup and chuck it over. So the painting is completely fine. It's just shock tactics, isn't it, to get a protest? But I'd love to know your opinions on whether you think they're actually doing good for public opinion. And the way I think about it is, I guess we're all talking about it. That's their objective, isn't it? To do shock tactics, blocking roads, throwing soup over paintings. There was another, it was spray painting different buildings and stuff in London, and yeah, it's shock to get us all talking, because if they were just outside Parliament with banners, no one would be talking about them, would they? And it does get into the consciousness when you think back to the Insulate Britain that was happening around the same time last year. You know, at least everyone now actually knows that the insulation in homes in Britain is pretty abysmal. I mean, even just that nugget of information in people's brains is good, I suppose, isn't it, for the amount of time that they spend ruining people's lives for 30 seconds so they can't get through. But I don't know, what's your thoughts, guys? Because when I did see that, when I first saw that picture of them throwing soup over the Van Gogh picture, straight away my instinct was like, oh, fucking hell, these crazies have gone too far, haven't they? They've gone way too far now. But then my brain kicked in. I'm like, no, hang on, come on, they protect these paintings. They don't just have them out in the open where any idiot can just go and destroy them. They've got something in between. So I know that the painting wasn't actually effective at all. Yeah, but I want to know your thoughts on that, whether you think this tactics are work, because, you know, I stand by what I said in my last video with Just Stop Oil. Hey, it's the same as enough is enough. They've had enough. And what else can people do? This is what people have to start doing now. We have to start causing chaos, because we've had enough. We've had enough of this government lining Jacob Rees-Mogg's pockets, going further with oil exploration and gas and oil and fracking, when we've got perfectly good wind farms that we can invest further in. Like, enough is enough, people. You know, we need to start making more drastic tactics. So, you know, I'm with these Just Oil people. I really am. I'm just worried whether okay, they're getting the message out there, but public opinion of them is not too great, is it? It's not going to change the minds of climate skeptics to suddenly go on their side, is it? But it is just getting it in people's consciousness that the fact that they're taking such radical steps to do something about it means that this topic is serious. It really is. I really am in the middle of nowhere here, aren't I? I've never been round this pass before. This is definitely a van man first, because I ain't driven around here before. This is a strange way. But you're getting to see a bit of the old strange countryside around here. It's a good job it's not in height of winter now, otherwise it'd be starting to get really, really dark. I guess I'll finish up soon, but any suggestions from you folks about future live streams? I've got a couple of a few people that I want to talk to that will be happening. I haven't got anything lined up, maybe not this week. I know that a lot of you guys are not really into the live streams. Like I say, it's more for me really. I just enjoy them. But if you have got any ideas of what you might want to see going forward, would a straight up Q&A live stream work better? I'm definitely in the next live stream going to try and focus more on the comment section. I just find it hard whenever I dive into the comment section in a live stream. I just find I start reading out people's half conversations that they're having between people, and it's a little bit tricky. So I might just do a thing. I'll put a banner down the bottom saying if you've got a question for me or the guest, you know, put a couple of cues at the start so I can just stream through, and then I can pick it up. But I promise I will be more I'll be more observant of the comment section in live streams going forward. But I've definitely got one guest soon where we're going to be talking about misinformation, a little bit what I just talked about earlier about insane misinformation that is going through algorithms of people on TikTok at the moment, and they're just seeing rubbish and not even looking into it. I'm also hoping to get someone else on to talk about, off the subject of politics, of mental health and the importance of things like exercise and stuff like that to help mental health and clear out that insane, because we need that right now, guys, don't we? We really do need that right now. We need to get our head out of politics all the time and clear our brains, and things like, you know, diet and intermittent fasting, stuff like that. Sheep there, you know, it's law. So yeah, I think I'll round that off now. I don't really know where I am, but apparently I'm 2 minutes away from my destination, so let's see let's see if we get there. Till next time, folks, take care.